And I can already see that David is here. Hi, David. I'm going to bring you up on stage and JA Impact Award winner of this week. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live session here. Hi, David.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? It's so good to see you.
I'm amazing. I'm so excited to be here. This is one of the highlights of my week as a junior achievement alumnus to be part of JA Worldwide and integrating it into 2 Minute Drill, our TV show on Bloomberg and Amazon. It's been just a blessing, and to impact award winners again is just an added cherry on top of a great relationship. So I just wanted to start by thanking you, Sarah, for the extraordinary job you do and everyone who helps us. So thank you.
I mean, the thank you goes back to you. And for everybody who doesn't know David, he is not only our biggest fan and biggest supporter, but he's also a J alum. And David, do you know that this is our 25th episode already?
It's crazy. I have podcasts and TV shows and other things. And, I'm almost on 900 episodes of my podcast.
Wow.
2000, we have a new TV show, Office Hours, where we're also having a JA award winner, Cameron Diaz, and others involved in that. I mean, really big names, but over 2,000 guests we've had on Office Hours. So this is just the start. 25 is baby steps, my friend. We'll be, you and I will be like, can you believe we're at 25,000 shows, David, and raising millions of dollars to help entrepreneurs and young people? This is amazing.
This is so cool. And for everybody who's new to the channel, I mean, there are always new people, and we are very excited to welcome you. So welcome to JA Worldwide. JA is in more than 115 countries around the world, and JA prepares young people for employment and entrepreneurship. And every single show we have on a Thursday, we ask our alumni community beforehand to come up with a question for you, David, because they obviously love all your insights. And this one today is very interesting because the question is, how do you deal with the fear of missing out?
I love that. So I call them the foes, FO, fear of missing out, the fear of other people's opinion. And I try to turn all the fear ofs in my life to the joy of. And so what I do is when I recognize fears, ego-based consciousness, needs of the ego to be afraid of something, I stop, I breathe, I get to center or neutral, and then I go ahead and think about what I want. Not what's missing, not what other people want, not what I don't want, but what I want. And then I roll in the right direction. Because when you're in FOMO or FOJO or FOPO, you now can switch that to JOMO, JOPO, and JOMO. The joy of it is found by finding the light, the love, and the lessons in the pain, the setback, the mistakes or failures, in the fear that we all have. People look at me all the time like, what does it feel like to not be afraid, afraid of missing out or afraid of other people's opinion? I'm like, I don't know. I just spend minutes and moments there instead of days, weeks, months, and years. So I want to encourage, especially young people, to shift all of those foes into Joes. Have the joy of missing out. Find the light, the love, and the lessons in what you are doing, and you will accelerate and grow at an exponential rate and have passion, purpose, and profitability in your life.
This is so cool. I mean, these Thursdays are for me also the biggest inspiration to have the Thursday and the Friday to finish the week off strong. And so today our Impact Award winner, I saw her, she's already in the audience. So one last thing, David, for everybody who doesn't know what the J Impact Award is, would you mind summarizing it in 2 sentences for everyone?
Yes, we have on 2 Minute Drill, the TV show on Amazon and on Bloomberg, we have people pitching and we give $50,000 of cash and prizes. We also give a Junior Achievement Impact Award winner for the entrepreneur that will have the most impact on the world, not necessarily the best pitch, but the best impact. And Frances, as you'll meet soon enough, is going to have incredible impact on our world. And she's an extraordinary entrepreneur. So thank you.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, David. Guys, go to the link in our bio, go to David's website, find all the incredible resources, and we're going to see you next week, Thursday again.
Be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Bye, Sarah.
Thank you. Bye. Our J Impact Award winner up on stage. We are very excited to have her here. And for everybody, thank you for typing in the chat where you're coming from. We're so excited to have a global audience. There we go. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Sarah.
Awesome. We're so excited to have you. First and foremost, congratulations on your JA Impact Award and how we call it
Awesome.
welcome to
Thank
the
you.
JA family, right? So this is like the first start, but we're not going to get you out of this JA world again. And so Francis,
Awesome.
thank you so much for jumping on this. And we for
Thank
sure,
you for
first of
having me.
all, want to know who you are and what you do.
Okay. So I'm Frances Frello. My full-time job is I work for Costco. I've been a production manager for the past 27 years. And my side launch has been co-founding Hanging Secrets. I'm the inventor and CEO of Hanging Secrets. I ended up having a challenge at home with my lingerie. I was going through the empty nest syndrome, and I realized, you know what, I had all this extra time on my hands. And I said, Frances, what are you going to do with all this extra time on your hands? And I had a problem with my lingerie. And I said, you know what, there has to be a better way to protect it and organize it. And 5 years ago, we launched Hanging Secrets.
That is incredible. So we obviously want to know the secrets about Hanging Secret, right? Because everybody who's watching, they're like, this sounds so cool. Also me, before I obviously Googled you and found out everything about you, I was like, this is such a cool name. So tell us all about your brand.
Sure. Actually, I can show you what it is.
That
So
is even
this is
better.
this is a travel size Hanging Secrets. And what it does, it protects and organizes your bras. You can put 3 to 4 bras in each of the compartments. And it's this hard plastic is what protects the bra. And there's a back pocket here for the matching panties.
Ooh, that's cool.
It hangs in the closet or over the door. This is the travel version, and behind me, I have the closet version that hangs in the closet. One of the things that you mentioned was the name. And as an inventor, it was not fairly easy, but after several prototypes, you come up with the concept of how to protect your bras and lingerie. But there's also a very important part of it is, what are you going to name it? What are you going to name it? So I was coming up with a couple of names, but it didn't settle well. And at the time, my daughter was studying to be a graphic designer. And I would go to her and say, hey, what about Hanging Treasures? Or those were a few of the names that I had come up with. And she looked at me and she says, Frances. She doesn't call me mom. When we're doing business, she calls me by my name. She says, Frances, you don't want to confuse your consumer. You want to make sure that your product name describes what your product does. And she told me that. I said, okay, what does it do? Well, it hangs in the closet. What is it hanging? It's hanging my Victoria's Secret bras.
Oh, there we go.
So that's how the name came about. And I'm very fortunate because my daughter at the time is a graphic designer, and she helped me design the Hanging Secrets logo as well.
That is so cool. And I feel like all the men who are watching, they're like, why would you need something like this, right? I mean, I totally get it, I get it, but maybe the men, they don't really understand, or frankly, someone. So can you explain your idea behind it? Like, why did you specifically do this product?
Sure. A fun fact is our first customer was a gentleman.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. So he says, you know what? I buy my wife lingerie and it's so expensive. And he says, you know what? And I just see her toss it in the drawer and I don't get to see it.
It in, right?
Yeah, she stuffs it in. And he says, so I don't get to see it. And when I get to explain it to men, in fact, when I did the pitch on the 2-minute drill, it was all men. So so you have to understand who you're pitching to. And to me, I came up with the concept. It's like having tools, but not having a toolbox to place them inside. And again, my concept was, I was going through the empty nest syndrome, and I didn't realize that I was constantly shoving my bras in the drawer. And I had my daily routine. I would go to the drawer, pull out the bras, throw them on the bed, search through the bras and find my bra, and then find the panty, and then get them, shove them back in the drawer, and then go to the closet to get dressed. I go, wait a minute, this is not very organized or efficient. Yeah. And sometimes I would actually even still have the tag on my bra, and the bra cups were crushed. And us women, we know how important the bra cups and what a great bra makes you feel like. So I said, you know what, there has to be a better way. And I think it also transitioned to my work. When we have a problem, we find a solution. So I just transferred the same skills that I've been doing for the past 27 years at home, and I focused it on something that was, really bothering me in the morning. And also, so that's how Hanging Secrets came about. I had showed it to my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Melinda
Mm-hmm.
Silva. I showed it to her, and she loved the idea, and she ended up being my angel investor, and we
That is
co-founded.
really cool.
Yeah, we co-founded Ageless Beautiful Clever Creations. And from the very beginning, Sarah, I remember when I was still coming up with the concept, people don't understand how long the process is. My first hand sketch of Hanging Secrets was back in 2009.
Wow.
And yeah, so you start with a sketch. The first thing, the most challenging thing is to get that idea from your head onto paper. And once you do that, that's step one. And I did a hand sketch, and after a few prototypes, that's when you start to see your idea come alive. And but it's step by step. It takes time. And one of the things that I noticed, that I officially nominated myself to be a ambassador for female inventors.
That's so cool.
And the reason why, Sarah, because I didn't realize the data behind the statistics of patents that are issued in the United States. And I reached out to a patent attorney, and she gave me the data, and only 7% of patents issued in the United States are issued to sole female inventors.
Wow.
Only 7%, and
That's
less than half a percent are issued to Latinas. And so
wow.
every time I get an opportunity, and great an opportunity like this, I always like to bring awareness to that, because again, we have problems, and we can solve them too, but we just need to get that information and support and help one another, as we go through this process. And again, at the very beginning, I realized, it's made by a woman for women to cure
So
women.
powerful.
So Hanging Secrets also donates a percentage of our sales to breast cancer survivor, to a nonprofit organization here in San Diego called the Virginia Ann Fund. And what I really like about it is that they also help women. We're close to the border here of Mexico. And what I
Mm-hmm.
also like, they also support women across the border by providing them gently used bras and wigs. So that's the social good behind Hanging Secrets. Really makes you feel good as an entrepreneur. We want to support and help women as much as we possibly can. You need a community. You can't do this alone. You
For
cannot do
sure.
this alone.
For sure. This is so beautiful. And this is obviously why you also won the J Impact Award, because for
Right,
us, it's all about impact. Like, it's
right.
great. There's so many great entrepreneurs out there, but like, how do we make sure that there are even more? And especially women, we at JA, in some areas, in some countries, you also have specific programs for girls, right? So
Right.
they feel
Awesome.
empowered to also create their own businesses when they are in school or out of school. So we love what you do, and we're so grateful to have you here live. So, and
Thank
for
you, Sarah.
season three will start I think filming will already start in November. And the great thing is, for
Yes.
everybody who's watching, you can apply for season three. And there might even be like something special for alumni, which we will announce very soon. So what we
Nice.
want to know from you, Francis, is kind of like a peek behind the curtain, right? Some behind the
Okay.
scenes information on like, how did you apply and how did it feel to kind of be on a TV show, which was kind of virtual for you, right?
Yes, it was. It was. I actually, as inventors, you follow inventors, because everybody, as inventors, you want to stick together as a little community. So you keep an eye and you keep tabs on your community inventors. And I was on LinkedIn, and I had saw that one of the inventors had participated in the
Mm-hmm.
pitch show. And I said, wow, this is awesome. And then I did some research, and I started to follow David, and I applied. And I was very surprised. And within a few weeks, I received an email that I was chosen. And I said, okay, so what do you do? So you start to prepare. And one of the things that you realize as an inventor is that you have to be in front of your product. You cannot be behind your product. And
Mm-hmm.
you have to understand that you have to wear a lot of hats, and you have to be out there. And that's not typical with inventors based on my meeting
Yeah.
other inventors. We want to be behind the scenes. We just think that all we have to do is invent, come up with a great idea, and it's going to sell on its own. And that's it. That doesn't happen. That's not the way it works. So you really have to try to prepare yourself. And, every time you give a pitch, as an inventor, you have to learn how to pitch your product, and you're constantly learning and participating. So getting out there is a great opportunity. And I remember preparing myself as much as I possibly could for the 2-minute drill. And one of the things that really stuck with me is, okay, you got 2 minutes. You want to make sure you utilize your time. So I went back and I saw a couple of the previous pitches. And one of the things that they wanted, you know, that they really grilled you on, you got 2 minutes to show your product. You better, you know, make it last your 2 minutes. So that was one of the that was one of the things I was focused on, making it last 2 minutes. It was a great experience, and I, you know, you have to be open to listen to professionals and that are trying to help you. So one of the things that I went in and I pitched my product, and there were 6 other people pitching. But when I got the feedback from the judges, it was all male panel. So I had to pivot a little to explain about hanging cigarettes. And I said, so when you see a bra hanging on the doorknob, it's not because, you know, we don't want to put it in the drawer. It's because we're trying to protect it so it doesn't get crushed. And automatically they said, oh, okay, they understood that concept.
Got it, yeah.
And some of the feedback that I got back, one of the judges said, you know what, it sounded like a TV commercial. I said, oh, no. And that's one of the things, you know, you try to come off very organic or very original, but the excitement and the nerves gets to you. And yeah, you just have to keep on going. And one of the things that after we were done, David said, Francis, had you said, you know, Hanging Secrets has been launched for 5 years and it's been a hobby, but I'm really now ready to take it to the next level, you would have won. I said, oh my God. But again, you know what? It's a learning experience, and you have to learn how to pivot, and you just prepare the best you possibly can. Know you're going to get nervous. It happens to all of us. But again, just learn from it. And, you know, one door opens, another door. I went in and said, you know what, that day I said, wow, Francis, you know what, you should have caught that. You've been out of pitches. But again, you get over it, you learn, and you continue to learn, and you continue to grow. And look at what a great opportunity. That opportunity of pitching there, you know, gave me this opportunity for Hanging Secrets to win this award, and we're so honored and we're so grateful. So I just think as an inventor, as being out there, an entrepreneur, you got to just keep on going, you know, and it's not easy, but just don't quit and keep on going, and don't beat yourself up. Just keep on learning and do the best you can. And at the end of the day, I said, you know what, Francis, did you do the best you can? Yes, you did. Can you do better? Yes, you can. Yeah, then it's all good. And, you know, I was very fortunate because I got to, I was invited to the launch party of the new season. So I got to I actually got to meet David in person. So that was an amazing experience, you know, that you enjoyed the journey, and I'm truly enjoying the journey. But if there's any advice that I could give to the audience is, you know, practice and know who you're pitching to. And sometimes, you know, you have to pivot your pitch and really know what your ask is too, and go back and look at other pitches. And I think you can learn from there, and just be yourself and do the best you can. Don't beat yourself up. Your time will come.
I mean, if these weren't amazing tips from someone who did it already, I don't know, right? What other tips do you want to get out there? So, Francis, we're so thankful to have you in the J family. Thank you so much for coming on the show, kind of pitching again, explaining behind the scenes, because this is such valuable information for all the alumni out there, because most of them are either aspiring entrepreneurs or they're entrepreneurs themselves, and they always want to learn from peers like you. So unfortunately, we're already over for today for our short Instagram, but the cool thing is, I always joke with everyone I interview from the 2-minute drill, we got to bring you back in 1 year, like all of you guys, and then see what happened in a year, right?
Awesome. I would love that. That would be awesome, Sarah. Thank you so much. Thank you again.
Thank you. And guys, see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.